So, assignment number 1, write a business plan for your business. A business plan is not a document you shelf. It's not a document you develop because the bank wants to give you loan. It's not a document you hurriedly write because an uncle wants to give you money. The primary purpose of a business plan is to guide the development and growth of your business. If you run your business from your head, you're operating an emotional business. The day you're not happy, it will reflect on your business. The day you're excited, it will reflect on your business. But when your business has a plan, the business has a life of its own. Whether you're happy or not, it does not concern the business. If your business depends on you 100%, if anything happens to you, the business would close. True or false? Let's go back. The market is constant. The market will always be there. The question is, in that market, who are you servicing? In every market, there are 3 categories of people. There is the upper class, there is the middle class, there's the lower class. Who is your business designed for? Sometimes, because we do not have a specific target of who we are in business for, other people who do what we do seem to be selling more than us, and we feel that they are doing something extra. No, the difference between you and them is that they know who they are selling to. I might be selling clothes. You are selling clothes. But the clothes I sell are for the middle class. And because they are for the middle class, there is a language the middle class understands. You could be selling cheaper. Cheaper does not mean that people will patronize you. I grew up in Port Harcourt. And part of youthful experiments, I used to run out of the house, join friends, go buy breads from bakeries around Hedioma area, Ilabuchi. I must sell this bread. I must finish it because I can't take it home. Nobody knows I was selling bread. I just wanted to do what everybody else was doing. And so we buy this bread. We go to UST. We go to the girls' hostels to sell this bread. Now, this is reality. You buy the breads for between 4 naira and 6 naira. And then you sell for between 10 naira and 8 naira, 10 naira, at most 12 naira. Now, if you take your bread to the girls' hostels and think that if you sell cheaper, you will finish, the girls do not buy your bread because they assume that if it is cheap, it's not a fresh bread. So we sell for between 10 naira and 12 naira. So when they come, we're all lined up with our trays. They ask you, how much for this bread? 8 naira. How much for this bread? 12 naira. They buy the 12 naira bread. Take that same bread, come to Ajip Gates. We used to stand there. I lived in Ajip, so we'll stand there. If you sell that same bread that you sold for between 10 and 12 naira in UST, at Ajip Gate, nobody will buy. But if you say the bread is 14 naira or 16 naira, the Ajip people will buy. The upper class associate quality with cost, price. So if it is cheap, then it's not for them. Sometimes, what you're selling is not the problem. You're just selling it to a market that either does not understand it, cannot afford it, or that does not see the value attached to what you're selling. Making sense? When you carry an iPhone, automatically, what does it do to you? It makes you feel bigger than yourself. People just assume that you have money because you use an iPhone. People even go all the way buying the iPhones that are no longer receiving updates from Apple just to feel special. But do you know that that iPhone that is making you feel special, the camera that is your excuse for the iPhone, is produced by another company? So for every time you buy an iPhone, another company is making money off you. And you are saying that that company's phone is not okay. How is that possible? If they make the camera that makes you run after the iPhone, don't you think that their phones should be superior? Okay, let's leave that for another day. See, the competition in your market and the rising cost and competition of doing business should not be your problem. Many of us think that we are not doing well in business because there is competition. No. You're not doing well in that your business because you have not framed what you do properly. You have not tied it to a particular person. If you sell to a student community, you know that they do not work. It doesn't matter whether they have big God or small God. They do not work. So your pricing has to meet the student's community. If you bring perfumes to a student community and say one is 15,000, you are hoping that you sell all of it. Do you know what 15,000 will do in the life of a student? Are we getting the picture? Okay. We're talking realities of small businesses. Number 2, trust, speed, visibility. These 3 things determines who wins in the market. Trust, speed, visibility. Trust means that you're consistent enough for people to always see you and then decide that you are what they want. Speed is that you are available to interact as soon as the need is required. Visibility. The businesses you appreciate today, the businesses you patronize today are not necessarily the best in what they offer. They are the most visible brands that you have seen and you have gotten used to. That's why you buy from them. As popular as Coca-Cola is, if they stop advertising, their value will drop. Nobody appreciates what they do not see. Observe adverts from brands like Coca-Cola. You don't hear them say, come and buy Coke. They say things like happiness, togetherness, love. They make you feel like in that your family meeting, if you don't buy Coke, the meeting will not end properly. That's the perception. So they sell you perception. They sell you a certain kind of reality that if you don't do it, your own is not complete. That business that you have, you post on Monday. You say, what God cannot do does not exist. Unto your hands I commit, O Lord. You don't post again until 2 weeks after. Then you post. It does not work like that. Do you understand? I always say this. God will not do for us what he has empowered us to do for ourselves. Do your part and let God be God and do his part. See, the difference between you and the regular business person out there is that you have grace. So in that your little, God will multiply it, but you have to be consistent. You don't do it when you feel like. You don't do it because somebody said. You have to be disciplined. If every morning somebody tells you red is good every morning for the next 3 months, if somebody asks you what your favorite color is, you will subconsciously say it is red. That's the power of the law of repetition. It is what has been repeated over time to you. It is what you see. You think all these brands that are paying people as influencers to put them in your face, you think they don't know what to do with money? They understand that visibility matters. Your favorite movie actor is using an iPhone. You want to feel like you and the actor are at the same level, so you go and buy iPhone. It does not matter which model. It doesn't matter. Your business must build trust. You must build speed. We'll get to the breakdown of speed. And then you must build visibility. The people you do business with, where do they spend the most of their time? You take the business to them. I was born in Lagos. I grew up partly in Port Harcourt. I went back to Lagos. And then when I came back to Port Harcourt, everything looked different. How business is done in Lagos is entirely different from how business is done here. So the Lagos mentality, you go and look for the customer and bring them to your business. The Port Harcourt style, you open your shop, you cross your leg, and you wait for the customer to come to you. Yesterday, I went to someone's shop around after 6, and he told me he's closing. And I said, you don't like money. You are closing. This is me, this is you. The shop is open. You're not selling. He said, he's tired. I said, okay. And then I was leaving and he said, how many do you want to buy? I said, does it matter? Does the quantity matter? You stroll to open your shop whenever you like. People can't depend on you. I was carrying out market research for a client who wanted to go into a bakery business. And part of the feedback I got from the market women, one of them said something like this: I don't want to buy any bread that if I buy it on Monday and my customers need it on Tuesday, it will not be available. This other one is not very tasty, but they are always available. They are dependable. So let me take this one that is dependable. So, because if I allow you introduce this one to my customers and you don't have it tomorrow to give to me, my customers will go and look for it somewhere else. And if they go there and that person treats them better than me, I have lost that customer. Next, growth requires systems, not hustle. Many of us are hustling. We are not business people. If your business is still in your head, it's not on paper, you're hustling. If your business does not have a structure that manages how money comes and how money leaves your business, if your business does not have a system to manage customers, how to retain customers, how to attract customers, you are hustling. And you are a hustler in the hustling. So you are an employee in your hustle. Yes, that's what it is. A business is a living, breathing entity. That's why when you register a business under the law in Nigeria, if your business gets into a legal case, it does not concern you. It is a human being on its own. The business goes to court, not you. You can move around. A lawyer represents the business in court. That one does not concern you. The caveat is not for business name. So if your business is enterprise or business name, the law says you and the business are one and the same person. Yes. So if you do something, they can arrest you and arrest the business. If the business does something, vice versa. But when you register a limited liability company, a trust, an NGO, on and on, they are all legal entities. They stand on their own. They don't concern you. If your business is registered that way, that's the first point of structure. That's the first point of a system. The next thing is, even if you're the only one running that business, you need to be able to document the things that happen in your business. You will not be the only one to run that business forever. If you don't have processes, when you employ people, you still will shout the way you used to shout when you're alone. Because there is no process to work with. The people you're bringing in should come in to reduce your responsibility, not add to your shouting. Many of us verbally employ in our business. We verbally fire. We verbally do everything. The day you're happy, how you will tell your staff something is different. The day you're not happy, how you say it again is different. And when you're employing the next staff, the one already existing will say, Abama, when you told me this thing, this was not how you said it. The grammar will change per time. But when you have your processes written down, it doesn't change. In case of a customer wants to return a product, these are the steps we will take. Write it down. When we acquire a new customer, this is what and what we'll do. Write it down. When somebody sends us an email, a WhatsApp message, a message on Telegram, this is how we will respond. Write it down. These are our revenue streams. This is how we make money as a business. Write it down. It's not something you keep in your head. You will forget. I'm sure we all have experience of when you're planning for money. You have an idea of all the things you want to do with the money. But when the money comes, it is what is in front of you solve first. And then when half of the money is gone, you now remember what you said you wanted to do. That's what happens with our businesses. Do we get it? So we have looked at 3 things that would broaden what the reality of small businesses are. Now let's look at 5 things that can help our businesses work. Not just make them work, they can help us improve our revenue. 5 revenue levers that work. Number 1, clear value proposition for a specific customer segment. Clear value proposition for a specific customer segment. Earlier I said, your business must have a target audience it is dealing with. You're not in business for everybody. I have this friend. He's a financial advisor. On his complimentary card, he writes, Christian Financial Advisor. That's what is on his card, CFA. And he's telling you that by virtue of my nomenclature, there are clients I don't accept. There are clients I don't do business with. He has defined his market. He doesn't have a lot of them, but he has those kind of clients that one is ratio 10. Those are the kind of clients he has. People that are loaded. You don't need plenty. Imagine if you have Dangote as a client. You don't need plenty. That one, if you have 2 more, you're okay. He operates that way. Whatever it is you sell, whether products or services, you must define who you're selling it for. Now, this is where we make mistakes. Many of us produce products or develop services that we like. And then we take it to the market and begin to look for people who like what we like and want them to give us money for what we like. You are not in business for you. What you like does not matter. You are the least important person in business. Your opinion does not matter. The opinion of the person and only person that matters is the paying customer. The person that will put their hand in their pockets or in their wallets and give you money is their opinion that matters. When you hear people say customer is always right, you think it's to massage the customer's ego. What is the problem I want to solve as a business? I sell perfumes. That's good. So what problem are you solving? I'm selling perfumes now. No. What problem are you solving? You're selling perfumes. Yes, that's a product. But what problem are you solving? So once you know the name of the problem you're solving, you can write the value proposition you're offering. There is a problem. You're providing a solution to the problem. How are you providing that solution? I make dresses. Why are you making dresses? What problems are you trying to solve? Somebody will say, people have to wear clothes now. No. In your case, you might say, you are making dresses to improve people's confidence. That is value proposition. I am making dresses for the everyday woman to look elegant. That is value proposition. I am making dresses for plus size women to look confident. That's a value proposition. You know, if you're on the plus side, your clothes are not readily available most of the time. So you have fashion designers now who are focused on making clothes for plus size people and make them beautifully that it fits their physique and gives them confidence. So your value proposition is not that you're selling clothes. Your value proposition is that you are building confidence. Apple is not selling phone. Apple is selling prestige. That's what Apple is selling. Mercedes, BMW, they are not selling cars. They're selling class. If somebody drives here in a Toyota, you hear the engine sound, you know. When they throttle, you will not turn. When somebody drives with a BMW or a Mercedes, you will know. They don't need to horn. Just throttle. You will know. Where I live in Abuja, I enjoy it. In the evenings, I just sit out just to listen to the sound of these cars. That's all. There are cars they don't drive in the daytime in Abuja. They drive them from 10, 11 in the night when the road is clear. From afar, you're hearing hum, 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 hum. They don't horn. They are fast. That is not a car. My friend will say, that is a machine. It's not a car. Don't call it a car. It's a machine. But I hope you're getting the point. What you sell as a product or service is not what the customer is buying. The customer is buying the value behind the product. So you should be able to explain that value. If you can't explain that value, you're not selling anything. Number 2, high margin offers that scale without excess labor. What you're selling, people think that when you sell cheap things, you sell more. Like I said before, that's not true. If you also sell things that are very expensive and they are not selling, the problem is not the products. The problem is one of two things. 1, you're targeting the wrong market. 2, you're not explaining the value enough for somebody to pay you for it. When I say explain value, I'm not saying preach. I'm not saying keep talking. No. There are keywords people want to see. Every customer is buying something that will reduce stress, something that is durable, something that gives them comfort, depending on their categories, something that is cheaper. The rich man is not buying something that is timeless. No, he does not have the time to use the thing forever. He will buy another one. That's not his interest. His interest is at this particular time, how will this thing make me feel? So whatever you're selling, you must find the emotional part of that thing that appeals to the people you're selling it to. So put this at the back of your mind. If you have people that are always pricing what you sell down, 2 things. You're either selling to the wrong market, because if I cannot afford it, I cannot afford it. The least I can do is price it down if it will come to my level. I'm sure the ladies now, if you do census, check your phone. The screenshots you took from 3 years ago, they are still there. On Instagram, you see the wig, chaka. You see that shoe with red sole, chaka. You are not buying it. You know that you will not buy it. Even when you have the money, you just can't bring yourself to spend that money and buy that one thing. No, but you will still chakam. This hair, you people put, say bone straight, Abi. A few years ago, my wife was very interested in the thing. In a subtle way, she was just telling me, yeah, bone straight is fine, bone straight is fine. I think then it was around 200,000 and some fraction or so. So I sent her the money. I'm not very good with buying those things, so it would be very embarrassing that I buy the fake one. So I said, just take money, go buy your wig. I waited. Okay, let's pretend that they will deliver it. 1 week is gone. 2 weeks gone. I'm not seeing wig. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not seeing the thing has arrived though. What's happening? After like 1 month, I said, Madam, how far now? That your wig? She said, So you mean that I'll use 200 so that I go and buy that wig? No, it's not me. I've used it to do something else. Ha! But you were telling me, say, I was telling you now, if you want me to use it, go and buy it by yourself. But if you give me the money again, I still will not buy it. That's it. That's it. So, you must understand this. When people are pricing you down consistently, you need to review the market you're selling to. There are people who like what you're selling, but they don't have the purchasing power to buy it. So every time they will check on you if your prices have gone down. If no, they wait. You can't keep waiting for them. So do a market audit. Who am I selling to? Are they the right people? What do they do? What is their earning capacity? Where did I meet them? Very important. The people on Instagram, they don't price too much. People on Facebook, they price very well. Where did you meet them? Very important. Number 3, customer retention system. We are talking things that will increase your revenue. Customer retention system. You see, many of us think that customer service starts from when people buy something from you. No. Customer service starts from any point that anybody comes in contact with anything that has to do with your business. That is where customer service starts from. So if you have employees, you don't only train the ones that do marketing. From the security man to the driver, you train everybody. What if the day I came to your business place, it was the gate man I met? His attitude will determine whether I will do business with that company or not. So customer service is not a jacket you take off and put on when you like. Customer service is a journey. It has no destination. It's just a continuous journey. I have people who have never bought something from me. They have not patronized me as a client, but they have recommended people to me. And when the people they have recommended talk to me, you would think that the person who recommended them have bought something from me before. No. But somehow, my business has been good to that person. We have built a customer-friendly face. Sometimes people just come to our inbox and ask us questions that ideally we will charge consultation for. We just answer them. We also know when people cannot afford us. And then we do pro bono. They go to town and do free marketing on our behalf. And then when people come, you hear, I was recommended by so and so person, and he said you're very good. Though. The person that is telling you I'm very good, I've not used me before. But he's telling you that I'm very good. And because he's influential to you, you take his word for it. So your customer, remember when I said something earlier, I said the paying customer. So you have different stages of customers. The one who has paid is the one you now want to retain. The retention is that you keep selling them something new or an upgrade or an improvement of what they bought. So you're servicing them. It's a relationship. You keep servicing it. If they buy something from you 2 or 3 days after, make a call. Ask them how that thing they bought, how is it, how are they enjoying it? Any problems? Do you want us to do something about it? I got an earpod about 5 months ago. And then for some reason, it just developed fault. I don't know. I went back to that shop to buy another one. And then the salesman recognized me and said, bros, well, you bought one. I said, yes, I don't know. It's really not working. And he said, that's not right. You have it here. I said, no. He said, is it at home? I said, yes. He said, do you still have the pack? I said, yes. He said, that earpod has 2-year warranty. Bring it back. We'll send it to the company. They'll give you another one. Ideally, he would have just ignored me. I buy again. But you see, for that one thing he did, I felt satisfied. If I want to buy again, I'll go there. Even if it's bad, I have the confidence that they will do something about it. Tomorrow, if somebody asks me, where can I buy earpod, I'll point that shop. So the customers you have are your lifeline for new customers. It is cheaper for your customers to market you than for you to market yourself. It will cost you more to get new customers. But you see that your existing customer, it's easy for them to talk to themselves. Every once in a while, tell your existing customers, if you buy 2 or 3 of these, the 4th one you buy at 50%. If you buy 2 of these and bring 1 person, the next one you get it free. Check the way your business works. Come up with those interesting offers. They will buy. They will be the ones to go and bring people. What it would have cost you to do advert on radio, advert on TV, sponsored ad on social media that may not get to the people who you want, you see that you spend less than that amount getting your existing customers to give you more customers. Does that make sense? Now, let's go back again. Business plan. All of what we are saying are part of the strategies that your business plan should carry. So as market realities happen to your business, you adjust those strategies in your plan. If we say it now, you don't jot it, you will forget. You will forget. Number 4, repeatable sales process. Repeatable sales process. The way you were able to sell 1, if you refine it, you sell 2. If you make it a standard, you sell 5 with that same process. Once you have confirmed that a particular process works for you, automate it. Write it down. Teach it to your staff. Today, there are some businesses you go to, you're trying to bargain. They'll tell you, wait, let me call my Oga and find out. The owner of that business is holding the business back. The time you used to call Oga, that person has moved to the next shop. When you are giving your staff pricing, you can structure it. But many of us, we still have businesses today that when you transfer, they will now call somebody to confirm from somebody if they have received the alert. If they have not received it, you that have paid money, you are stranded. They will tell you to, Oga, please, you have to wait till Oga say he has not seen the money. You lose customers doing that. Because some customers do not have patience. Some customers are naturally angry people. You say, okay, that's good. Take your thing, give my money back, let me go. Structure your business sales process. Don't allow sales to be happening to you. What that means is you should know how you sell what you sell. People shouldn't just buy from you. You should have a standard, a strategy for selling. Does that make sense? All right. The last on that is partnerships that expand distribution. Partnerships. I did a post on Facebook earlier today about partnership. Strategic collaboration. Many of us are doing too much that is not necessary. You're selling perfume. You're selling clothes. It is the same you that wants to enter minibus to go and deliver to a customer. What happened to dispatch riders? The time you close the shop to go and deliver to that one customer, what is happening to other customers that were coming? What does your clothes complement? If somebody is buying clothes today, what else do they need to buy? Shoe. If I buy clothes, I can buy perfume. If I buy perfume, I can buy jewelries. They complement themselves, right? Okay. You don't need to go into jewelry business. Find somebody who is selling jewelry. Put some of your perfume there. Encourage the person to also give you some jewelry so you put beside your own too. So your things are selling on the other end. This person is selling on this other end. You're winning on both ends. Strategic collaboration. You're expanding without spending money. That thing you're selling can sell faster in the hands of some other people. Growing up, my mother used to do business in Nembe Waterside. They wait for these big local boats that bring plantain and all that from Bayelsa and the riverine areas. They buy the bunches there, and then the women from Creek Road come to count from them and all of that. This business happens. The waiting period can take from, say, 9 p.m. in the evening, in the night, until sometimes 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. You're waiting for the boats to come. But once the boats come and you offload, selling this whole thing takes less than an hour. It's the waiting that's the problem. But now this is the tricky part. In less than an hour, my mother would have sold probably 100 bunches of plantain. Other people who sell what she sells are still struggling to sell. And so what they now do is, as soon as she's done selling, they move some of their bunches to her shade. And as soon as it enters my mother's shade, it's gone. As it comes in, it's gone. So she became what the Igbo people call Yalode, Madam of the Market. People don't quarrel with her because you will need her to sell your market. Whatever she puts on her table just sells. But you see, the thing is that she is someone who is naturally good with people. From that 9 p.m. that they were waiting for for the boat to come, my mother will use her own money, buy beverages, heat water, and waiting for people to come to drink hot tea because they are coming in the cold. They're not paying for that. And so, those same customers sometimes will come and bring her big fish, bring her free plantain. She gets favor from just doing the right thing, which in this relationship now is customer service. She's servicing her relationships. Even when things are scarce, they manage to find a way to bring for her. How are you managing your customers? How are you managing the people who sell what you sell in the same space? In tech, we say collaboration is the new competition. When you collaborate, you travel faster. Parable there is, no matter how big an ant is, if you divide the leg of an elephant, the leg of that elephant that you divided will still be bigger than the ant. So if you do not collaborate, you will not be bigger than anybody. You will still be where you are, exhausted, drained. So it's important that when you go back, look at your business and ask yourself, what are the strategic partnerships that I need for this business to grow? Who do I need to partner with? Where do I need to build relationship? That's key. Next, let's look at building a growth-ready business. What do you need to do to prepare your business for growth? 4 things. Number 1 is documentation. And part of documentation is writing your business plan. Documentation. Business plan, business model canvas, SWOT analysis, KPIs. All of these things are essential for your business. Things should not just be happening to your business. After you have prayed, God has answered. Don't spoil it by now not doing your part. Because if you pray from now till tomorrow, an angel will not come, take biro, and write you a business plan. It can happen, but it will not happen. Yes, it will not happen. Not because God cannot do it, but God will not encourage laziness. When God made manna available for the children of Israel, there was an instruction, right? What was the instruction? You will go and take it. There is still the doing part on your part. You will have to step out, take the much that you need, and go back to your tent. There is still the doing part. You think that God does not have the capacity to be spoon-feeding Adam? If Adam can just be waking up full, does not need to eat anything. He has the capacity to do it. But you see, there is the doing part. You have to be responsible. So your business growth is your responsibility. And that responsibility is in discipline. You must carry out documentation. Business plan, write it. There is no perfect business plan. Business plan is your own reality, the way you see it, the problem I'm solving, where the problem is, the people who have it, how much I'm charging, the service I'm providing, value proposition, how I'm making money. Start from there. When you leave this class, go on Google, type business model canvas or BMC, whichever one, it works. You will see between a 9 and 11 building blocks. It will show you, like a matrix, it will show you description of each of the spaces. You will see key partners, key resources, revenue stream, costs. You see all that. Each one is explained briefly to tell you what each one means. If you answer the question in each of that, you have done 50% of your business plan. If your current business cannot answer all those questions, you are hustling. That's the easiest way. So use that and gauge what you do. Number 2, build capacity for yourself and for your team. Many of us, those of us that can afford to employ people, we employ people and we assume that they will come knowing everything we want them to know. There is no perfect staff anywhere. I have been doing HRO for more than 10 years. There is no perfect staff anywhere. That staff coming to you is coming to you with an orientation from somewhere else. If you do not teach them your own business orientation, which is what we call business culture, if you don't teach them the culture of your own business, they will do what they know from where they are coming from in your business. And it may not work for you. Train your staff to do what you want them to do. And the only way you can do that is to know your SWOT analysis. That's another thing you should check. SWOT analysis. SWOT is an acronym. I'm sure everybody here knows SWOT. Good. Many of us write it in our business plans. The one we want to use to take money. Some of us write it on our CV. I work under pressure. I work with little or no supervision. I'm a fast learner. All those things you're writing is part of your SWOT. But see, many of us really do not know how to use that. So let me explain it briefly. The reason why you do SWOT is to know your strengths from your weaknesses and what you can take advantage of. So if as a business owner, an executive, say you need an assistant to work for you, the job of your assistant is not to carry your phone. It's not to carry your bag. You have weaknesses as a person. Maybe you are slow to responding to phone calls. Maybe you don't know how to chat on social media. Maybe you don't know how to make graphic designs. You see all those are weaknesses. That's what you're looking for in a PA. So when the PA comes, the PA's job is to remove all your weaknesses and make you strength all around. So the same happens in your business. Before you employ, do a SWOT analysis for the business. Whatever the weaknesses are, it is the weaknesses you're trying to fix with an employment. So you see, applicant must be this, must be that. All of those things should be things that are knocking off weaknesses in your business. Does that make sense? We're out of time? Okay, please, give us another 5 minutes. Thank you. Digitize. You must learn to move your business away from manual. If I'm not there, it will not work. You must move away from that. Learn to digitize your business. For example, if people want to buy from you online, at what point do you get involved in the conversation? Some businesses, if you send them a message on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp has already been pre-defined. When you say hello, it responds. It asks you, what do you want to do? For service, press 1. For product, press 2. For complaint, press 3. Is that not what your DSTV is doing with you? Even our banks are doing that. Do you know that since the banks and DSTV started doing that, they have reduced their customer service staff by half? Because they have automated the process. They don't need a human being to be asking you those questions again. So when you digitize, you also reduce cost of operations for your business. Look at those things in your business that are repeating all the time. Move them up. Use technology and replace them. How do you do your accounting? How do you check whether you're making sales or not? You can use Excel and do that. You can use your mobile app to do that. As the account is receiving money, it is also balancing itself. At the end of the month, they'll send you a balance sheet. Whether you made profit or not, you will know. You don't need to be an accountant. Technology is making life easy. Many of you use ChatGPT only to produce your picture. Because since you have not been able to get to Canada, do picture of me in Canada. Yeah, you put it on your status. Bam. There is so much more you can do with technology. Use it to build your business. Use it to grow yourself. not snapping picture. We know. When we see the picture, we know that you have not left Ada George. We know. We know. Don't be disturbing yourself. Do the one that will grow you so that you can actually leave Ada George. Record keeping. That's the last thing there, record keeping. You must keep record in your business. If you do not keep record in your business, you will not know whether the business is making profit or not. The business money is not your money. I will put it back. Is it not my business? Is it not my money? It is a lie. It's not your money. When I take money from my business, the narrative is there. Cash advance. And I am disciplined to put it back. All the company accounts are in my hand. I don't see any discipline that is more than that. The token, everything is with me. I'm seeing the balances every day. Not grateful for anything. I'm grateful to God for allowing me pass through the bank. I was in banking for approximately 10 years. My office was opposite the vaults. So every morning, I see them roll out money, mints. Every day. I smell it, I see it until it became stupid to me. And I remember when I first joined the bank, the head of operations asked me, "What is this?" I said, "Money." She said, "No, it's not money. It's a working tool. That the moment you see it as money, you'll be tempted to steal it. That it is a tool. We use it to work. We transact with it. We use it to do things for customer. It is not money. It's a working tool. It's an instrument. That's why somebody can take a piece of paper and write 1 million naira, put it in the vault, and take the actual 1 million naira and leave. The 1 million naira is still there because that piece of paper represents 1 million naira in the vault. It's an instrument. It's not money. They don't see it as money. So if you do not discipline yourself that way, you keep taking from the business. With the new tax reform coming, many of us will be forced to learn accounting. See, when you want to buy something from your business, write the narrative. Don't just transfer money to anybody. Payment for logistics, write it there. Payment for courier, write it. Payment for way bill, write it. I use 3 phones besides my tab. One of the phone, okay, from my profile, they were calling 3 companies. Okay, so the 3 phones belong to 3 different companies. Each company recharges their own phone. I have my own personal line. I do that myself. None of my companies pay me salary. I have a personal brand that pays me money. So if I take money from the company, it is borrow. The only time the company gives me money is by way of logistics. I'm traveling. So they pay for flights, they pay for transport, they pay for hotel. That's all. So if I have not collected from the company over a period of time, I will now apply. Let me get a company. I am applying. And that is the ones in a lifetime that my cashier and accountant will now use me to shine. See, you must build structure because I am the owner, yes, but I will apply for the money. So I will request. They will now ask me to explain what I want to do with the money. My employees, I will explain. That is discipline. That is structure. You think Tony Elumelu Dangote can just take money from their companies? They cannot. That's why you have a board. You will explain. Somebody was fired from his company recently. Yeah, the owner of Paystack. Co-founder was fired from his own company. Why? We all know why. Let me round off by saying, you must brand your business. You must brand your business. Branding is not logo. Branding is not color. Branding is the expression of the business with regards to the value it is providing. As a personal brand, whatever perception I want you to have of me is what I put online. The same goes for your business. Anything, we'll do personal branding tomorrow. We're talking to employees. and employers, so tomorrow. But as a business, you must build a brand voice. You must build a brand message. I have seen people use their company accounts to be quarreling on social media. They are responding to people. They are quarreling. They are inside trending gossip and adding to it with their company accounts. You can't do that. As a brand, you must build 3 things. You must build evidence by way of testimonials. As people buy from you, the feedback you get through customer service, you must post it consistently. Let people know. Nobody wants to be your guinea pig. Nobody wants to be the first person that bought from you. No. The first person that bought from you is family and friends. And they are not customers. Number 2, you must consistently be out there. You must be visible through messages, through visuals. You must be visible. And number 3, you must build an authority. You build authority by constantly educating, advocating. Who sells perfumes here? Who sells clothes? Okay. Now, you decide to create a 90-day journey and you start to teach people on different fabrics. What to do with what kind of fabric. How to wash this or that kind of fabric. If you're consistent with it for the next 90 days, talking about different things on fabrics, I bet you, your online reactions, your offline reactions will change. Most of the people reading your comment may not buy from you, but they will recommend people to you because you have built authority that you know what you're doing. If the only time you go online is to sell, you will not sell. People must first gain something from you before they buy from you. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. All right. We have questions.